A discovery reports, it's yours today in Salem cigarette. The news has just broken that these little tiny air molecules in them.
Yep, this was actually a type of cigarette ad, and yes, it worked. If you've ever wondered what the bygone eras of advertisement used to look at, there are many on here for you to look at. But one of the areas that I thought would be really interesting to look at would be cigarette advertisements, and more how they changed over time, both the pro and anti ads. The big names in the game were Camel, Chesterfield, and Salem, among many others. And sometimes these advertisements would use celebrities in their ad campaigns. For example, in 1952, Lucy Bell and Desi Arnaz promoted Philip Morris cigarettes because they helped sponsor their show I Love Lucy, an American sitcom that ran for 6 years. So one of the interesting things I found with this period was that while there was a lot of ads that use, the good old film, there were a lot of them as well that tended to be animated. Probably to look cheery and happy, like smoking wasn't going to damage like half your organ system. And America wasn't the only ones. There was also German cigarette ads with this man named Bruno, or HB Man, and basically they were used to market Haus Brigman, a type of German cigarette. The primary reason, though, that cigarettes were so highly potent in America was because of the fact that doctors would often be used on a lot of these advertisements saying, this doctor smokes this type of cigarette, or something like that. So in order to understand how the discovery between smoking and lung cancer became a real thing, I have to talk about two people in particular, and that was Sir Richard Dahl and Austin Bradford Hill. Two scientists did a study, which was this. They measured patients who had lung cancer and their smoking rates and compared them to patients who didn't have lung cancer and their smoking rates. And you can guess what the results were. This discovery then led to the pair to do half a century of work in relation to doctors in the medical field who smoked, their disease rates, their mortality rates, and these reports then provided the tools to put anti-tobacco policies in place, such as increased tax on them and, as you might guess, anti-smoking ads. And so we enter the era of anti-smoking ads. So in 1964, the Surgeons General Advisory Committee on Smoking and Health basically made the connection between lung cancer and smoking. And then around the 70s was when measures were starting to be taken to the ban of advertising for tobacco. Nixon introduced the Public Health Smoking Act, and in 76, there was to be a total ban of any cigarette ad on TV and radio. And later on, in 1989, there would be a total ban on print media for smoking. However, this was not the end to cigarette smoking as we know it, as it would take some countries even longer. For example, Ireland had a big smoking problem, and it would only be until 2000 until cigarettes would become illegitimate to advertise. But for a while, it all seemed okay, until you-know-who came around. So basically, on the other side of the world in Beijing, China, there was this 52 pharmacist Han Leek, and he invented these. And of course, it was claimed that these could help you stop smoking because they were so much less harmful, and of course, that led to lots and lots of ads for them all saying the same thing. I'm vape, I'm cool. Do you want to vape and be cool? And fast forward to now, and you can't even go outside without seeing someone sucking on one of these suckers. Anyway, whilst we do have a good idea of the side effects of vaping, just remember, we still don't fully grasp the long-term effects of them. So don't be salty when you're old and you're coughing and gasping for breath because your lungs are too weak to breathe. And if there's one last thing I'll say, if you're one of those people who vape just because you know someone who does it, that is not a good reason. Anyway, that was your Unhinged historical recap of cigarette ads, and I hope you liked it.